Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is Season 6, Episode 11, Justice Watch Party. Welcome to Smalltalk. I'm one-third of your co-host. My name is Ryan Cam, joined as always from 3D Movie Cinema. It is... Why are you calling yourself the bald asshole? You're not even bald. Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's what Lex Luthor is, You got Clark Kent, you got Impulse, you got to have the villain Lex.
Now, if you called yourself hairy asshole, then you're onto something there.
It does have a ring to it.
And Matt Wyatt is also here. Matt, how you doing?
I'm excited to get into the Justice episode. I'm excited to see your reaction to that episode.
Yeah, we're deciding
the coolest game ever.
We're deciding to do this one watch along style because I have been reliably informed that this is a very important episode. And so we've all consciously made the decision that for the very important episodes, we're going to do these. We're going to watch along because these guys have seen it. I haven't. And if you guys are ready and if you already are watching at home, then we will get started. I'm going to start the countdown right here and right now. This is Season 6, Episode 11. It's called Justice.
Lex Luthor's building an army.
We can't let that happen. Don't worry, my team's on it. Your team.
Not everybody flies solo, Ken.
Let's go save the world.
Smallville. All new episode next Thursday on the new CW.
What do you think is going to happen, Ryan? Predictions?
I mean, well, the whole fact that we're getting this universe's Justice League is like the worst kept secret around.
Oh, here's another bald asshole.
Is that
it's one for me.
1 point for you, Jake.
Every time I see a bald asshole, I'm gonna mark him down on here.
But also, this was not really the best well kept secret because they literally set that up during the show's run. Like they were teasing it too.
Not to mention that in previous seasons we've gotten Aquaman and the Flash. Not to mention Cyborg. So if they didn't do this at a certain point
before Kevin Feige, there was Marvel. I just hate that they call him Impulse, not the Flash.
Well, that's what he was called. That's what Bart Allen was originally called as, not the Flash. He was called Impulse.
It is so freaking confusing to me. Like,
because they want to avoid the confusion that this is not the actual Flash. Because Barry Allen was the original Flash. That's supposed to be his grandson, his great grandson from the future. And not in this version, but in comics and animation, he's supposed to be the grandson of Barry Allen.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that Ryan Reynolds was making a Flash movie at the time, or they were in development of a script, and so they're like, "Oh, you can't have Barry Allen or Wally West. You can have."
Yeah, and while George Miller was supposed to make his own Justice League Mortal, they were gonna have like Wally West to be the main Flash. Because it was taking influence from the Justice League animated series from Justice League Mortal.
Old Bart grew his hair out.
Yeah,
I like the long hair better.
Yeah, I know. I never liked the spiky Bart Simpson look like from season 4. I never liked that.
Because kind of like Gallagher, he has that. Yo, what's up, dude? Like, yeah, like
he's kind of like more of a punk kid. Like he's a punk.
Lily has nothing to do this season at all, by the way.
Yeah, she literally didn't really have that much to do. I mean, I understand. I don't understand why they didn't.
Being a senator, you see.
But off screen.
Well, yeah, off screen.
The Flash is the fastest man alive. Superman is the faster than a speeding bullet.
Yeah, he's faster than a speeding bullet, but the Flash has always been the fastest man alive.
I wanted to look. I looked for Stride Gum at the store to see if there's any Stride Gum. We could all chew Stride Gum while we watch this. Yeah, the Stride Gum.
Oh yeah, the Stride Gum episode.
They do not make Stride Gum anymore.
Yeah, because they discontinued it.
Are we coming up on that episode?
No, that's season.
No, it's somewhere around in the second half of season 7, the Stride Gun episode, but we can't give away too much. But unfortunately, they discontinued the Stride Gum.
How it feels to choose Stride Gum. Failure. Stride Gum. You could have
lasted the flavor. A long-lasting flavor.
Those 5 Gum commercials were always so extra, and I had no idea why.
How it feels to chew 5 Gum.
It was a ripoff from fucking Stride Gum.
What's even better was the memes that came out of it, like how it feels to chew 5 Gum. How it feels to chew 5 Gum.
Hey, Matt, look up his origins for Bart Allen.
Okay. But I only knew about his origin from the show Young Justice, that he came from the far from the future, and his grandfather is Barry Allen.
Coming soon to the channel, the next spin-off, Talking Young, or Young Talk.
Young Talk, there you go.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Called DC's Young Talk.
We don't want Young Talk. We might get on the watch list. Chris Hansen.
Day drinking.
I kind of like the Lois and Oliver storyline because, like, I like that Lois isn't with Clark yet.
They're slow burning it. I do like that.
If you think about it, though, they met like 4 episodes ago, and now they're already dating. So let me ask you this: Do you think he's gonna meet the Flash? CK?
I don't see why not.
How do you think they're gonna meet?
Mid-run?
Do you say Mitt Romney?
No, mid-run. Like
Mitt Romney. Oh, what the fuck does Mitt Romney have to do?
So it seems like that Bart Allen in the Zero post timeline from the comic book after I think it was like post Crisis in Time, called the 0 Hour. Bart Allen was the son of Don Allen and Maloney Thawne, a descendant of Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. They were called the Tornado Twins that were killed.
Sounds like a great name.
They were supposed to be from the timelines of the Legion of Superheroes.
By the way, did you all see today was released the Crisis on Infinite Earths 3, which features the final voice performance of
I have
Kevin
not
Conroy.
watched the trailer because
I've only watched part 1. I've only seen part 1, but I didn't see part 2 and 3. But part 3 got spoiled for some of the cameos.
I haven't watched any of the animated movies anymore because a lot of them are just regurgitated baby food, and I just don't want to watch it because I'm like, DC animated. I wish that they would do something different. I will say that there's only one DC animated film that I'm really excited about because I love Watchmen. Watchmen Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
I like the animation. It's like they're using what if type animation. I'm like, that actually has me excited.
If they think it's enough, then sure.
Well, if it's an anime, they always have to cut down for like an hour and 30 minutes, and then they have to split in 2 parts, just like they did with Crisis on Infinite Earths, like split as part 1, 2, and 3, because they can't do a 3-hour long animated movies when it comes straight to VOD.
Lionel just asked Lex if he was alone. Like, yeah, he's just chilling with his buddy.
Hey, Lana's off screen shopping
Lana's
for a wedding dress. I feel like he's just trying too hard to be so. It feels like that Lex is being so cocky. Now he's marrying Lana. That's like a slam dunk for him.
Also, we're back to people just walking into Luthor Manor like nothing is amiss.
You think Lex tells
He's Lionel Luthor. He can waltz right in whenever he feels like it.
Like, I paid for this house that you're living in.
My name is on the lease, bitch. This storyline is moving forward with that 33.1 storyline in this episode.
Oh, wow, you got a blurry image. What do you fucking do?
It's a blur.
It's like, it's my motherfucking house, you bastard. It's like, I'll sit here and make me a beer if I want.
But then later, Bart did become Kid Flash when he joined the Titans. When he joined the Teen Titans. Because while he took Wally West's place as Kid Flash.
Look.
Like, blur your face, Bart. Like, do you think you're that invincible? Like, you can move your face fast.
I can put my hood on and shades, and that's all I have to cover my identity.
Because the mid-2000s, this is fine.
Basically, you're just ripping off fucking Oliver Queen's outfit, dude.
It's literally
just a red hood and a
outfit, but they gave him red shades. They gave him red shades and a red hood.
It's like, dude, why can't you just give him a mask or something?
I mean,
also he's wearing.
I think the costume department just couldn't afford to make the costume
they should have done
more good.
Put a Tony, what's a skateboarding helmet on.
Also,
with like little lightning
he's
bolts.
wearing the. They're both wearing sunglasses at night.
What the fuck is everyone wearing sunglasses at night? You should
Who
cue
can
the song "Sunglasses at Night" from Corey Haim.
Who can see? Like they're just walking around. They're like, "Hello."
Is there lens made out of night vision or something? I just think that the costume department just were very cheap and they couldn't afford to make the cool
this was
superhero
2006,
costumes.
okay? Give them a break.
That's true.
Well, 2007 by the time this aired.
Oh yeah, well they shot this in 2006.
Like
yeah,
Spider-Man 3 was coming out in a couple of months. Give them a break.
Good point. Yeah.
But also, yeah, this was like the first time that they've done a superhero live-action crossover event. Before the MCU ever done it, before DCEU done it.
Yeah. Just think a year from now.
So technically, like if you want to say that Al Goff and Miles Miller were the blueprint.
Yeah, because in a year from now, a year from this episode airing, Iron Man 1 will come out.
That's true, yeah.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my tag team partner.
But sorry if I'm cutting you off, but Stephen Eston Knight, who was one of the writers of the show, really said that they did plan on doing a spin-offs with the team, with Oliver's team. Yeah, they were going to do that. They were going to do this whole connected with Smallville.
Yeah. But what happened was, it said that the network did not like Smallville. The president of the CW did not like Smallville, and he said that a lot of shit was happening behind the scenes and everything, where it was like,
yeah.
So that's kind of.
But it would have been so sick if they actually did a spinoff with the team, with Oliver and his team.
Think Miller and
with Clark while Clark is doing his thing simultaneously at the same time. That would have been great if they continued to do that.
But I like that. I do like that you have one complete story, and like most shows, you don't have to watch like 30 different shows to understand one show. I think that's what really killed the Arrowverse was. You had to literally watch 30 things to understand one thing, and I think that's what.
The same thing with MCU. They did the same thing with the MCU. You had to require yourself to watch those movies.
Like who is out there unironically watching Legends of Tomorrow? Matt, don't raise your hand.
Well, I gotta watch it to understand. I gotta watch Black Lightning.
But here's the thing. I thought that at the first 2 seasons of Legends peaked, but then after season 2, it like most seasons, like after season 2, just falls apart. They never continue to be good quality shows. That's one of my biggest pet peeves of the Arrowverse. Like they were at their prime in the earlier seasons, but then it just went to shit. Where they were just phoning it in with the writing.
You know he's fast, and yet you went to grab his book bag and say,
"Oh my god, can they so be on the nose with the outfit with the green?" She's still like she was able to put 2 and 2 together, but then the whole identity got resolved. But come on, dude, Oliver likes green.
I am like far from complaining about these outfits, but like the how to wash tag.
He's seen you naked, Lois. Clark has seen you naked. Okay.
Remember they both saw each other naked. Even Steven.
Episode 1, when you were like, "Who am I?" And then you saw her boobies and everything.
He saw everything.
He saw her
out of the shower.
And
he saw everything.
Whenever the Invisible
this is more like even Steven. It's even Steven. We both saw each other naked. We saw everything. Like we haven't seen it all before. There's a Clockwork Orange poster in the on the wall. There's a Clockwork Orange poster.
Yep.
Because Warner Brothers made the show, so they had to like, hey, look. Oh, there's a reference to that.
Made more movies than a Clockwork Orange. I'm just saying.
I don't know what season it is, but like season 9 or 10, where Lois makes a reference to like she says, "Oh, you cut your hand." He goes, "Oh yeah, I was opening up my DVD of The Hangover, and that's what cut my hand."
Oh yeah. I remember now.
So the Hangover movie exists in Smallville.
Well, there is a Hangover episode which I can't tell you when, but you and I know, you fucking know.
One of the dumbest episodes. Me and my mother.
I don't care. I thought it was a funny episode. Stupid. It was so stupid. It was a stupid episode, but it was funny as hell. It was entertaining, but it was so dumb.
Which was ironic because when that episode was airing, The Hangover 2 was coming out in a couple of months.
It was literally a direct rip-off episode of The Hangover.
Something tells me this CANSCOM search engine died in the .com bubble.
Don't you like it?
Apparently they could not require Google.
Early 2000s, you could be like, oh my God, Chloe's like, I can hack watch this because all I have to do is go on the internet and then type a bunch of numbers in.
All I gotta do is fucking Google search and fucking the number. That's not how it works. She's a computer hacker, apparently.
If you type in 000111000, not gonna work out the way you think it is. Oh, see right here, watch this.
Oh, this scene is so good.
Yeah. They've been stealing all Lex's information, going through his laptops and
yeah, he's stealing his files. He's stealing the files from Lex's 33.1 files.
Dell Computer sponsorship, Dell.
Me in the future play the Lollipop Dell commercial.
Call my baby Lollipop, tell you why. Her kiss is sweeter than a cherry pie.
That's how fucking badass Lex Luthor is. Like, yeah, there's no way on earth that he can run from Lex Luthor. That was a callback from season 4. He was going to learn that there's no way on earth that he can run from Lex Luthor. Well, he was right. Goddamn, I love his remarks. I love his smart ass remarks.
Whatever got your tidy whities. Get it? Because he wears tights in the future.
Yep. A little bit of foreshadowing.
You know, at first I didn't see the Tony Stark comparisons. Now I do.
But also, he's wearing red and blue outfit
also,
every episode.
I hate to nitpick this episode, but he gets zapped by lightning, okay, and becomes the Flash. All right.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He just got electrocuted.
Mm-hmm.
The Flash, who gets zapped by lightning, got electrocuted.
He got electrocuted, but then he got chemicals in the system too.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a mixture of chemicals, and the lightning struck him at the same time. So yeah, that's how
the trouble just happens, and he just so happens to be there. Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver literally called him out on it. Like, dude, you like to wait for trouble. You don't like to get off your ass and actually do something about it.
I know you're still new around.
Oliver. Let's be honest. Oliver won that round of the argument. So according to Oliver, Lex Luthor is rounding up a bunch of meteor freaks and turn them into soldiers and starting an army.
The Injustice League, if you will.
The Legion of Doom.
I'm not trying to spoil anything, but
that too.
The showrunners love to go in a thing called misdirection with the show.
Oh, we got the return of Victor Stone and Arthur Curry.
You got Reacher and you got Jet Jackson.
Oh, color coordinated.
It reminds me how much I miss Lee Thompson Young.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He was such a great actor.
Yeah. It sucks he took his own life, you know.
I know, it sucks. I grew up watching the Jet Jackson series.
Take care of your mental health, y'all. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just never know what's going on with them with people in Hollywood.
Remember when Lex was like, I remember you in season 4.
Oh yeah, he remembers him.
Lex's big idea of keeping him contained.
I love Lex's remarks. Like when Bart says, "I want a lawyer," he's like, "I want a ponytail," and I want a ponytail. What you can't have a ponytail is you're a bald motherfucker. You're a bald asshole.
That's
Lex's idea for keeping Bart contained is putting a roof on top of a UFC octagon.
I bet Michael Rosenbaum ad-libbed "I want a ponytail" because no one else. I'm sure nobody wrote that. Like that's not in the script, Mike.
That was improvised. That was so improvised. You could tell.
Never say that.
What a great reflection shot of Bart when from Lex's view. That was probably edited. That had to be edited.
Look at Lex. It's like
I think it is a certain.
Oh, it's like, hey, you want to talk trash? Like you're not going to be talking trash.
He said that joke was really funny. Now I'm going to torture you.
Yep, this is the Lex Luthor you know now. He's so ruthless. Now Bart is going to have to spin in circles in super speed to keep himself from getting fried and electrocuted.
I love the shot of him going in a circle and Lex just standing there and you see the bald shot of the back of his head. I love that shot.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the team banter. This is a great scene.
I remember there was an animated DC AU movie called Justice League Doom, where one of the things on Batman's list was making the Flash run forever.
Oh yeah.
Like if he got under a certain heart rate, then he would die. Like
yeah, Justice League Doom. Yeah, the one that what was his name? What was the villain's name that was pulling all the strings in Justice League Doom? I can't remember his name. I know who he is, but I'm blanking. Vandal Savage. Yeah, it was Vandal Savage.
Him, yeah.
Karma's a bitch.
I will say that I think that they probably would have got somewhat comic accurate costumes if they did their TV show. Like I'm sure by I'm sure like they probably would have probably went on for like 6 or 7 seasons.
I think they would have. I think that they should have given a chance, like do a spinoff of what was going on with Oliver and his team, while Clark is doing his own thing in his own storyline simultaneously.
I think honestly the showrunners probably would have stayed on board. At least I understand they weren't going to be the showrunners of that show, but they said they were at least going to be producers. So I think they probably would have stayed on Smallville longer. If you're building something big, you don't just like leave.
But also, if I wish they would have stayed on at least one more season if they want to end off the story with Clark.
8. Oh my God, it's like
Look, I did not hate 8 and 9 and 10. They weren't terrible. They just weren't as good as the other
downgrades.
Seasons.
It's kind of like
they were downgrades, but
then you get
at least we got a chance to have a ending of the story instead of just simply ending on a cliff, with unanswered questions.
Most Smallville fans think season 7 ended.
I disagree. I would have to be in the minority with the fans. Like I disagree. I didn't like how that ended.
Like that's what people are hoping when Michael Rosenbaum said, "Oh, we're gonna do a Smallville animated series." They're hoping it picks up after season 7. I don't like how they made Chloe like the tech girl. I always feel like she's
basically Oracle with no relation to Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, she is the Oracle figure. They did that with Felicity in the Arrowverse show.
Yeah,
it's like everybody's got to have their Oracle.
Pretty much. I mean, every fucking team of other Arrowverse shows like Team Flash, Team Arrow, Team Legends, everyone's got to have a tech.
Also, Lex does not have cameras.
Dialogue.
Lex does not have cameras where he sees Clark in his facility.
There's literally no surveillance cameras catching him in the act.
Clark, he doesn't have cameras for anything. He doesn't have a camera phone.
Record it. Let's go. Let's TiVo it. Actually, you know what was it called?
I remember having TiVo in the mid 2000s. I remember having TiVo in the mid 2000s.
I've never had TiVo, but I just remember this awful Jamie Kennedy movie called Kick It Old.
I literally recorded all 22 episodes during Smallville's run. Like I was recording every episode so I wouldn't miss it and I would watch it again.
That was a plot point, by the way, in Tropic Thunder, where he wanted TiVo. Matthew McConaughey.
I know it was
to have TiVo.
McConaughey just kept on begging him to get the TiVo. I found the TiVo.
That TiVo saved Ben Stiller's life. Remember a bazooka? He threw TiVo at a bazooka.
It saved the whole cast's life.
I never thought. I guarantee you, TiVo's sales went up after that movie. TiVo's like
they're literally wearing matching leather outfits for fuck's sake. They have no unique suits of their own.
Jacob, I'm going to touch on this with you when we talk about Days of Future Past tomorrow, but one of the mutants who has powers in the Vietnam sequence has the ability to make people throw up.
That reminds me of that character. What's that one character? Well, actually, no, his powers in Days of Future Past is he can make people that's him being humane. He could kill somebody, he could cause radiation poisoning. He's a biohazard.
Yeah, you can see the biohazard on his hand.
Yeah, that's him being humane. He could kill them if he wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that scene.
He's shirtless. You get it?
Got to be our first name drop of Aquaman in this show, right?
Yeah, they name drop Cyborg. They name drop Aquaman.
You know, they just took the Green Arrow's outfit and then they just sprayed it gray.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, they're wearing matching leather outfits.
Just with a different
color. He's even wearing a hoodie.
How unoriginal can they really be? Come on, are they really that cheap to make new costumes of their own?
Well, I mean, the CW hated that Smallville. So
we had extra.
Dude, they have the budget. The budget was so high with the effects.
This was probably the biggest episode of the season.
It was. This episode was literally an event episode.
Yeah, kid, I've been in the position you're in. Many.
And also because I remember I was hyped for that episode when they were hyping this episode.
I just wish they would have played the Justice League theme.
I literally thought they were going to play the Justice League theme. I literally thought they were. And I remember that I Google searching that that WB was gonna do a Justice League movie, and it was directed by George Miller, and they had the whole cast, they had everything, they were ready to go.
And then
those dudes are dead now because they literally just got hit by a cyborg. They're dead.
That guy's dead.
That's like hitting them with a train.
It's like Batman said, "No, he went to sleep. He went to sleep." Dude, the guy got stabbed in the arrow in the back, and that's not going to kill them.
You know, Clark, at a certain point, you're going to have to do something useful.
I'm not going to lie. He didn't really have that much to do. I was a little disappointed.
You're just the star of the show. No big deal.
They should at least call him the Man of Steel or the,
But they call him Boy Scout. That's like his smart ass remarks to Clark, because he's always the Boy Scout of the group.
Or just call him Steel Man.
Steel.
No.
Oh, no, that would be stealing it.
Quite frankly, that is a terrible name.
Oh.
Gotta have naked new jokes.
Ironically, Jason Momoa does the exact same thing in Aquaman. So, I mean, they're not that far off.
I mean, ironically, the Alan Richardson and Jason Momoa were in the same movie together in Fast X.
Oh, God. I mean, well, actually,
they were two Aquaman actors.
Yeah, they were also, they weren't the villains of the movie. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Where
he's technically a part of it, so they're working together in the movie.
We do not talk about Fast X in this house.
Well, Michael Roseman was so good as Lex.
Yep.
Bygones. That's your big comeback, Lex? Go to hell?
Somehow he disappeared out of thin air for a millisecond. How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know how he did that because
that is so cliche.
I don't know how he disappeared. That's incredible.
Well, apparently he must have super speed.
Me in the future, insert the clip from Scary Movie of the ghost face running away.
You know that scene. You know it, Ryan.
Just right.
How can Bart walk right now? After my marathon, I could barely.
You're late.
Crawl.
You will be super sore. You will be so damn sore. Apparently, he probably has enhanced healing or something. That's my only guess. That's the only better explanation I can come up with.
You could go around the building making sure everybody's out.
Well, Chloe's already monitoring the whole building, and she already made sure that they're all out. You got Oracle monitoring the whole thing. And then look, here comes the money shot of this. This is literally the whole walk group thing. That was so callback to the original Justice League theme.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. We walk away from it.
I know, we walk away from it. Watch the other guy's clip. Will Ferrell be like, "How can people walk in explosion? There's no way." I call bullshit on that one.
That literally was in all the posters. In fact, it's on our thumbnail.
Yes, it is.
The most iconic shot.
It's on the Blu-ray. It's on the season 6 Blu-ray or DVD.
On the DVD cover for season 6. That was literally whenever you open the disc up, that was literally them walking slow motion.
I mean, my only disappointment, as much as I love the episode, I feel like Clark and Impulse didn't really have that much to do in this episode. I mean, most of the rest of them did a lot more than the others.
I hate what happens here.
Yeah.
All of them
we are not leaving. You are leaving, Lois.
Because he's got to go do a superhero thing,
Yep, he knows he can't. He knows he can't keep with the secret identity with Lois for any long.
You know that you were about to do this, and yet you led her on like this.
I mean, let's be honest. We already know that their relationship was not going to last very long. It was not going to be forever. Because we know that one day Clark and Lois will end up being together. We know that that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, Oliver and Lois?
Yeah, so please. As if.
Isn't this?
But also, but also, this was the last time that he was in this episode of the season for Justin Hartley.
Yeah, isn't this
his last episode?
Yeah, this was his last episode.
Period?
No, not period. I'm saying for now,
season.
for this season. This will be the last episode he's in it for this season.
Wait, isn't he in another episode this season? I could swear he's in one.
No,
more
he's in. He showed without spoiling anything. At some point in season 7, he does show up for one episode as a guest.
Season 7, but I was thinking
as a guest star. He shows up as a guest in season 7, but then he becomes a series regular by the time you get to 8.
Yeah, he's like the part of the main cast in season 8.
Yeah, I know, and I was surprised. I was like, yeah, they like fans really loved Oliver Queen and his banter with Clark and the cast and the characters. Like, hey, we got to make him a regular.
I just want to say season 6. I could have swore he was in one more episode.
No, this was literally no. They only name drop his name in later in the season, but this was the last episode that he was in for season 6.
All right, I believe you. Huh.
No, I'm just pointing that out. But I was so happy that at some point he comes back because I did not want to be the last time I see.
I think the reason why they got rid of Oliver is because it's kind of you like him so much, but then it's like, look, it's kind of get annoying him being around. It's like
I get that. I get it.
This is Smallville, not Arrowville.
It's supposed to be a Clark Kent story. It's supposed to be revolving around him and his journey to become the Man of Steel.
And I think also they were setting up a Justice League show. And that
but that was you're right because even Stephen and Knight did tweet it not so long ago. He's like, yeah, we did plan on doing the spinoff of the Smallville Justice League show or whatever you want to call it.
I hate to see this. I really do.
Yep.
And then they play a beautiful song at the end. And you're just like, oh
yeah, it's a breakup song. They play a sad song when they break up in every soap opera show.
Thing is like I know that Clark and Lois end up together. I mean, like water is wet and fire is hot. I understand.
The only thing I'm annoyed by the relationship is with Clark and Lana. It's a roller coaster ride that they're on and off. They're on and off again, and I hate that. I fucking hate that part. They're on again and off.
Clark and Lex might get together at the end of the season.
Something tells me no, that won't happen.
Are you sure? Are you sure Clark and Lex will not end up being together? Lex,
the Jolly Green Archer.
I love that, the Jolly Green Archer.
That is such a Lex Luthor statement right there. That's why he hates Superman, because he goes, Superman, we need to have people to defeat an alien from another planet.
Well, yeah, but that's really the reason why he's recruiting a bunch of meteor freaks to create his own army against an alien threat. Because he knows that there's been an alien threat, even when Zod came to Earth and it possessed him and tried to wipe out the whole Earth.
Clark was there. Clark somehow was involved.
And then Lionel's using himself as an alibi, that is saying that he was not there. Which you got to respect Lionel more and more. Even if his methods is very questionable in the season, he still will always protect Clark regardless.
I like how he was thinking Clark's behind this all, and then when Clark was having dinner with me last night, he goes,
"Lex is just so pissed at the."
He's so damn pissed.
he's like, "This never happened to me. Why didn't this happen to me?" And he's like punching the air in his head.
He's like the Jen Brady from Brady Bunch. Marsha!
Aquaman, like, petting a horse is a visual I did not expect.
He's like the Deep from The Boys. He's an octopus, and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" If you've seen The Boys, Matt, so you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
With the octopus, you're like, oh, God.
They should just make a meme when John Cena calls out to Aquaman and Peacemaker. Go fuck another fish, asshole.
He's like, that's Impulse, thank you. Or that's the Deep, thank you.
It's not a rumor.
It was one time. That's Aquaman.
He's like the girl from Mean Girls. Like, oh, that was one time. Apparently, Lex has gone global with 33.1. That's the more reason why Oliver leaves with him and the team.
At global.
Corto Maltese.
Isn't that
name drop? That's a fictional city. Just to be clear, it's a fictional city from the DC universe. They name dropped it from Vicky Vale, who shot a photography in wartime in Corto Maltese, and then they brought back the location in Corto Maltese in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which that's part of the main story.
That's why it's
because I thought Corto Maltese was actually a real place, but apparently it's not a real place. It's a fictional that some DC made up.
Clark, go with them, man.
But he's got to finish his training. He's got to deal with the Phantoms. He wants to join the team. He really does. Even as me as a viewer, when I watched this episode for the first time, I was screaming like, "Please join him, Clark, you son of a bitch!" But I get why they're not. He's not going to do it.
I got to deal with the Phantom situation.
I got to deal with the Phantom situation, and I got to start my training with Jarrell. That's the problem. That's a lot of baggage I got to deal with right now.
Because he has a responsibility. He's like, I let all these Phantoms owners out.
Because he's not Superman yet. Like once he's at his full prime, of course he's going to join at some point. But this was just the beginning that Oliver brings the whole metahumans together and bringing the team together.
Oh, this next episode is going to piss
yeah. Yeah, the next episode, I know what you're talking about. But we meet the stranger in the next episode.
And we meet a famous DC villain.
Hey, have you guys ever seen that animated Justice League show from the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, I grew up watching that animated show, and I watched the Justice League Unlimited, and I'm rewatching those shows now on Max.
I have the combo pack of it back there somewhere, but I love that show to pieces. But
oh yeah, I still love it. It still holds up. I love that show. The DC did a better job of making these shows more than the Marvel. Even though I like the animated show of Spider-Man and the X-Men, but for DC in the earlier 90s, they had a better quality.
DC stronger suit. While
I'll go on record though. I'll go on record though and say that Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes is severely underrated.
Oh, I completely agree. I watched all the episodes of Avengers and Earth's Mightiest Heroes, severely underrated Marvel show that no one talks about.
I will say,
I was so pissed that they canceled it.
I will say the only show I've actually liked from Marvel and that's animated, besides Spider-Man the animated series and X-Men the animated series, I will say Incredible Hulk the animated series is really underrated.
We talking
it's not bad.
Smash or
No. The one that came out in the 90s around the time, because they did a lot of spinoffs from Marvel. They did the Fantastic Four. They did something that was definitely connected to the animated show from X-Men.
Animated series.
They did, yeah. You can watch all that on Disney Plus.
You know what? No, I want to scratch that.
That show. I've never seen any of it.
You know, people really like Spectacular Spider-Man. I've never watched it really because
I watched a few episodes. It's really good. It's not bad. Like a lot of people, and they can't in the Spectacular Spider-Man animated show cameoed in Across the Spider-Verse. Made a cameo in that movie.
Guarantee it wasn't Drake Bell.
They ran for like 2 seasons and it was actually pretty good, but they didn't ran for that long.
I will say this episode was really good. I thought it really did well. I was thinking, Ryan, I was like, well, we better not hype it up too much because Ryan might say it.
Yeah, we don't want to overhype it.
Okay.
This episode was a lot of fun, to be honest. It was.
I mean, it's a TV show. Just remember, it's not a movie. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, it's just It was just a 1 hour event episode.
I think the episode works for me because they did the work in establishing who everyone was. Like, I didn't show up, I didn't see Aquaman and be like, who? Or Cyborg and like, who? Like, I knew who these people were and was excited to see them together. And when they did do things together, which does happen quite frequently, it is a really good time. So I'm going to go with a pretty high rating on this one. But Jacob, 1 to 10, what do you got?
It's a 2 out of 10. It sucks. Yeah, I would say this is like an 8 out of 10. I would say, or 8 or 9 out of 10. Yeah.
Insert the Black Widow clip of her saying, he's kidding. But Matt, what about you?
Yeah, it's closer to 8. This is definitely the better episode of the whole season that we've had so far on this one. I mean, I wish that we would have gotten more for the spinoffs. And my only criticism, if it was close to being perfect, if we had Clark more to do in this episode and Bart Allen. Even though Bart Allen did some things by hacked into stealing files
in this episode.
Yeah, he was just doing a rescue.
Without Clark.
All he did was rescue Bart. That's all he really did throughout this
Oliver
whole episode.
Or Cyborg could have done that. or maybe even Aquaman.
True, and also, I mean, I still enjoyed seeing the reunion with these characters again for so long, especially the reunion with Bart and Clark. Their dynamic was so good. I enjoyed that, and yeah, like the only reason that Oliver brings the whole meta team together was because of Clark's inspiration. And I think that when he inspired these other DC characters, made them want to become heroes, they wouldn't be where they are for Clark's inspiration and after he crossed paths with these characters throughout the show.
I'm gonna go 9. I thought this episode was just a ton of fun. It was really nice to know who everyone was, and it was just a really it is a fast episode. Like it was 42 minutes. It just flew by.
Are we really going to pretend that we have not seen what Jake was doing?
No, I saw it.
What the fuck did that come from?
I've known him long enough to just power through all of that.
Because you know everybody. Because you know we're not in Zoom. Everybody else can see it.
Because if I look, then I'm just going to lose my mind. So I'm like a horse of the Kentucky Derby. I just blinders up, straight ahead.
I mean, you could have gotten away with it in the Zoom chat, but this is the StreamYard. Everybody will see it.
That's what made it so funny.
Well, what did everybody think of this episode, watching along, either on the live chat or in the replay after the fact? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to read what you have to say. Collins, where can the people find you? And don't make a funny face, please.
Okay, so they can find me. They can find me at 33.1.
They can find you in the bathroom.
God, that was a goated
Aaron White. Aaron White really.
That was actually a great joke.
I gotta get Aaron back for
maybe the season finale of the season premiere. You know, we could probably get.
We could do that.
I will say, 3D movie cinema. Deadpool 2 review is coming out, and I got a game review coming up soon that I'm working out on, and I got X-Men Days of Future Past review coming out with Ryan this week, and also Smalltalk and Talking Songs. That's about it.
All right, Matt, what about you?
Well, you can find my YouTube channel, and I did my recent review, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I did First Class on Ryan Cam's channel. I did a 2024 mid-year movie tag, and I just uploaded the Wolverine movie. And I got an upcoming movie that I'm going to be reviewing very soon because I'm seeing Twisters tomorrow. That will be,
Twister.
I'm excited to see Twisters. I don't give a shit what you say, Jake. Screw you.
Oh my God, Twisters! What they do? They're looking at they're running from Twisters. Oh, what they do? So
anyway, after with Twisters, and I'm going to be continuing on with the road to Deadpool Wolverine. My next review will be X-Men Days of Future Past, so keep an eye open for that.
That is a good movie.
It's peak X-Men movie.
And then you got Apocalypse, and you're like, oh, that's not. I actually like Apocalypse.
But then we got into Apocalypse, and
then you get down, and then it's like you can't get any.
I'm probably gonna have to torture myself even talking about that movie.
And then it can't get any worse. Then Dark Phoenix is like, hold my beer.
Well,
yep, that's true.
Well, let's follow these guys. Their channels are linked in the description. Go give them a subscribe. As far as this channel goes, the road to Deadpool and Wolverine continues on. Jacob Collins will be joining me to review X-Men Days of Future Past, a movie that I just rewatched the other day, and it was just epic in every sense of the word. And then the road will be continuing on with Apocalypse and Deadpool and all of that. And then Smalltalk, Talking Silence, the whole 9 there. But for Matt Wyatt, for Jacob Collins, my name is Ryan Cam. For truth, for justice, for the American way, always hold on to Smallville.